Good afternoon from King City, Ontario, Canada. My name's Arslan Kadir, and we're coming to you live for a Group A battle between Saskatchewan and Newfoundland. Saskatchewan has won the toss and elected to bat. They were hoping to fare better than New Brunswick this morning. And the openers for Saskatchewan are going to be Upgurdeep Pander and Wajid Khan. Couple of forced changes for Saskatchewan as two men have been ruled out due to injury. And for Newfoundland, it's going to be Nick Baxter to open the bowling. As this one's pitched up, looking to get a little bit of movement back into the right-hander. Upgurdeep plays right back to the bowler. We're just getting organized here, folks, and as is Upgurdeep as he punches that into the offside, and a quick single there to start off their innings as they get off the mark. Nick Baxter is a key bowler for Newfoundland. They're going to look to him to take wickets early on in his innings, and they've put a slip in place for him. The field, as we look around, the two men out are at third man and long on. And Wajid Khan now to face his first delivery from Nick Baxter. This one's pitched up, well up into the block hole. So again, a nice in-swinging Yorker there from Nick Baxter. He's looked good so far. Hasn't got the rewards that he would have wanted early in this tournament, but he's looked good. Could this be Nick Baxter's day? The sun is hidden behind the clouds. It's overcast. It is a used wicket, however. But there should be some movement in the air here for Nick. And that again is outside the off stump, and Wajid Khan takes that invitation, slaps this through the covers. It's going to run away for four, and that's going to bring up the first boundary for Saskatchewan. And Wajid Khan opens up his account with a beautiful shot through the covers for four. As mentioned, Saskatchewan with a couple of forced changes. Baidar Bakht, their under 19 batsman, out due to injury, and Pranav Kumar Patel as well out to injury. So they have to dig deep into their reserves. Faisal Dudat, as we watch Nick Baxter run in here. Faisal Dudat also not playing to this game. Don't know if that's a forced change or not, but Faisal Dudat, as we know, played cricket for Gujarat in India. Opening bowler alongside the captain, Sarmad Anwar. So that we'll see how important of a loss that is. But Saskatchewan now have a job to do with a bat, and Wajid Khan is fine in the middle. This one is short from Nick Baxter. Looking to carve that away to square leg, but it's going to be a dot ball. So a good start from Nick Baxter for Newfoundland. And the score after 1, 5 for no loss. These overhead conditions should help the seamers here today. But again, the surface, it is a used wicket. We did see earlier in the day there was some uneven bounce on this surface. So we'll see how Saskatchewan copes with that. And the bowler now, Jasprit Singh with his right arm medium to continue the attack for Newfoundland. Jasprit Singh to take the attack. Akashdeep Singh, the captain and wicketkeeper, ringing in the changes, making sure he gets his field just right. Being aided by Rakesh Negi at first slip. So Jasprit Singh has got a slip in place, a ring on the offside. Third man out, deep cover out as we see him come in for his first ball. That's pitched up. And Pander just plays that off to the offside. And this one, Jaspreet Singh hitting his straps well here. He's bowled a good first 2 deliveries, both dot balls. He's going to have to continue this for his team. As we saw earlier on today, runs not coming as easily today as they were in the previous couple of days. This wicket does have a little bit of demons on him. It's on the slower side as well, being a used wicket now for 3 consecutive days. As we see Jaspreet Singh run in here to Pander, and again, all he can manage to do is just play it right back to the bowler. This is an impressive start. Impressive start here from Singh. He's looked good so far in the first 3 deliveries. Newfoundland in the orange, Saskatchewan in what seems to be a turquoisey blue. And Jaspreet Singh now into bowl his 4th delivery. He's bowled well so far, 3 dot balls. This one's pitched up, and Pander saying, I'm not going to let you bowl to me. Not going to let you bowl to me there. Not going to let you keep getting away with these dot balls in the power play. Big swing and a miss from him there. And again, this is a good start from Singh. 4 dot balls, and now with that shot, you can see the conversation coming in as it changes, as they decide to bring in cover, and long off goes back on the boundary. Pander's got to do a job here for his team. He's got to get on the other end. He's got to keep rotating the strike and put the bad balls away for 4. Now there is rain forecasted for the day, and we're in a little bit of a tent here, but I can hear the drizzle on the top. The new batsman in for Saskatchewan is Imran Khan. He's got a famous name. He's got to play a famous innings here for his side, as he It's going to be Nick Maxter. He's got to come back well here. 2 boundaries so far off his bowling. He's bowled well for the other deliveries, but he's got to come back strong. As this one is pitched up this time, adjusting his length, but Pander able to come through for a single. He's a tall man, so only a And again, the rain's certainly starting to pick up here. Spectators taking cover, commentators taking cover. As this one's pitched up and Pander launches this down the ground. Long on was back, but he was wide. Unable to... $31 for 1 now. Saskatchewan 4.3. This is... An expensive over there for Nick Baxter. 17 coming off of it. 2 expensive overs in a row for Newfoundland. 11 coming off the 4th. 17 coming off the 5th. This is what... 66 for 1 now after 8 overs. We're having a few technical difficulties here, folks, so we'll be back in just a moment with the commentary while we sort this out. But for now, Chaudhary bowling well there. That's a lot better from Chaudhary. Pander coming down the deck, and again, he's doing it really well here. .72 for 1 after 9 overs. Saskatchewan doing it well here. Pander down the track to Rakesh Nagy and just hits it down the ground. So another single. Not letting the bowler settle is Pander. He's doing it well. 43 for him now off 34. 21 off 16 for Imran Khan. He's showing good intent as Imran Khan looking to maneuver the field. Rakesh Nagy to continue. This one is short outside the off stump. Imran Khan just looking to pull that away. Might be better off playing that through the offside, getting it through the inner ring. There are boundary options there. There's one man patrolling the offside boundary. And this now short. He's got a man to beat, not able to do so. And this is going to be buzzers. An errant throw from Chaudhary allows the batsman to come through for a single. That's not what they need at this point in time. They need to keep building this pressure. But that's going to be a single to Imran Khan. Brings the danger man Pander on strike. He's looked really good so far in this innings. 43 off 34. And this one pitched up, giving it some air. And Pander just again, the tall man, able to meet it and hit it down the ground for a single. They're doing it very easily now. No risk needed at this stage from Saskatchewan. 75 for 1 after 9.4. And Imran Khan coming down the track, hitting it over the cover region. Not going to get to the boundary, but they are going to pick up 2. So again, these 1s and 2s, they're keeping up with their rate without too much fuss. No risk so far, as they're not needed, as Rakesh Negi to continue. Imran Khan going across the stumps this time, plays it into the leg side, and they're going to be happy with a single. As the man, it looks like Jaspreet Singh on the boundary there, comes in to collect. So score now 78 for 1 after 10 overs. Continuing on with this current run rate, they're going to get to 156, but with 9 wickets in hand, they're going to want to do more than that. There's the potential to do some damage here. They've got some big hitters waiting in the wings, waiting for their opportunity. As we see Chaudhary to continue, he's bowled well so far, not letting the batsman get away from him. Chaudhary to continue. Imran Khan looking to drive this down the ground, managing it just to hit it to mid-wicket. This is wide outside the off stump. Chaudhary enticing Imran Khan, and he goes to meet it. Just going to be the single for him. The field for Chaudhary. A man at the cover boundary. Long off, long on, deep mid-wicket. And 5 men in the ring. So keeping the pressure on, asking them to hit the ball down the ground. Find the gaps. Chaudhary doing a good job here for his team. And this one is pitched up. Through recovers. Gets a hand on it, but not enough to save him from the single. As Pander comes through for another single. This one's pitched up. Imran Khan hitting it over the top. It's going to land in the gap. Is he going to go all the way? Jaspreet Singh with a valiant dive, but in vain, as that's another boundary to Imran Khan. And Saskatchewan doing it easy now, finding the gaps, finding the holes in the outfield. They are there. Chaudhary needs to finish his over off well. 84 for 1 now off 10.4. And again, that's just good cricket. Good, smart cricket from Imran Khan. Get the boundary, get off strike. Hand it over to his partner. This has been a brilliant partnership. It's been a brilliant partnership for Saskatchewan. Chaudhary ends the over with a dot ball. Score now 84 for 1. 84 for 1 off 11. 7 runs coming off that Chaudhary over. Apologies, 85 for 1. $85 for 1 after 11 overs. This is a platform that Saskatchewan will be really happy with. 79-run partnership for these two. And Sarmad Anwar winning the toss, saying we'll bat. This is what he would have had in mind with that decision, and they're doing it well. They're doing it comfortably as well. No real risks coming from Saskatchewan camp as Rakesh Negi to continue. And there's the... And he's pulled out the reverse sweep, unable to connect. But Imran Khan looking to up the ante now. And bring out all his shots. This one short and hit straight down the ground. Not going to get to the boundary, but it is going to be good enough to get off strike. So Rakesh Negi pulling a decent line here. But again, his team, they're asking him for a wicket. They need a wicket. As this one's pitched up, Pander meets it on the full toss. And he puts that away to the boundary. Smart batting from Upgradip Pander as he's waited for his opportunity. He's rotated the strike and waited for that loose delivery, and Rakesh Nagy delivers a full toss, and Pander is ready for it, hitting it down to wide long off for a 4. Wide long on for a 4. Rakesh Nagy's got to find a way. This one quicker through the air, and that's the 50 up. You can hear the celebration coming from the Saskatchewan camp. As we mentioned, he was not in the original squad, a reserve in due to injury. And he's certainly taken full advantage as he brings up his 50 off 39 deliveries. 7 4s and a 6 in that innings. And he was watchful to begin with. Then took Nick Baxter for 4 boundaries and an over and hasn't stopped since. As we see Imran Khan going back, hitting this down to long on. Shouts of 2 from the bench, not to be, as it's just going to be a single. One delivery left to go here now in the 12th over. Pander on 50. Imran Khan. And this one is hit out into the deep. There is a man out there. So it's just going to be one, and Pander's going to keep strike. He's got to continue for his team here. He's 51 off 40. Imran Khan, 33 off 27. The score now after 12 overs, 93 for 1. Where's the breakthrough going to come for Newfoundland? Where are they going to find this wicket? They desperately need a wicket here. They've got to find a way to break this partnership. This partnership now on 87. 87 partnership. A lot of those. Imran Khan coming in, being innovative, giving the much needed impetus to this innings. So we're going to see. We've got number 27. Number 27 not on the playing 11 for Newfoundland. And it's going to be Aryan Falke. Aryan Falke has been brought into the attack. And he's got a job to do now. It's a tough job, but the job is to break this partnership. Find a way through this partnership. Find a way to do this partnership. 93 for 1 is Saskatchewan. 12 overs gone. As we say, and again, a little bit of confusion here. The number for Aryan Falke. Aryan Falke is the number 28, but he's wearing number 27. So again, a little bit of confusion here. We'll sort it out here in just a moment. We'll take a little bit of a break, and we'll be back with you shortly. We've got it all sorted, folks. We've got it all sorted. It is going to be indeed as one of the Quebec players just wanted to get some camera time. Ariane Falke, it is going to be with his off spin. The score 93 for 1 after 12, as we just mentioned. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. We're here live from Kick City. Ariane Falke and Pander back to regularly scheduled programming. Just hitting that one down the ground. Another single. He's doing this well. Not allowing any dot balls. Rotating the strike. Taking the opportunity for the boundary when it's there. And really setting themselves up for a big total here. Imran Khan, he's looked a little bit more aggressive. He's trying to create a little bit more than Pander, who's taking it as they come. As this time, he gives himself a little bit of room. Hit out into the offside. It's just going to be a single, however. Jaspreet Singh on the cover boundary there. Imran Khan a little bit disappointed. It was short and wide, unable to put it away. Ariane Falke needs to get into his rhythm here quick. Get into his work quick here. This time, short of length, Pander just able to play that down. So again, this is good stuff from Ariane Falke. He's only gone for 2 in the 3 deliveries that he's bowled. He's got to find a way to break this partnership here, however. The 5-man out, 3-man out on the leg side. Deep backward square leg. Mid-wicket, deep mid-wicket. Long off, long on, and deep cover. As this one meets it on the full toss, this is hit wide of the man. He's got to chase it. He's got to go, and a little bit of football skills coming into play as he's kicked that with both feet. Will you believe it? You can't see it, but that was entertaining to watch as he's kicked it with both feet back to his man at Jaspreet Singh to throw it in. So another 2 runs to Pander. That's brought a bit of a smile to everyone's face with his soccer efforts there. And Ariane Falke to continue. And that Pander, that ball not getting up. So again, we've said this numerous times. It is a used wicket. All 3 days of matches have been on this wicket, so starting to die a little bit. We'll see how that comes into play later on in the innings. As Pander comes down the wicket, hits this down the ground, and is happy with that single. And that brings the one delivery to go now. No, apologies. That brings the end of the 13th over. Saskatchewan inching closer to that 100. 98 for 1 now after 13. And this would have been exactly the platform that they would have been looking for, winning the toss and electing to bat. To win the toss, elect to bat, set a platform for themselves to launch from, and they've certainly done that. 98 for 1 now after 13. Imran Khan, 34 off 28. Upgradeep Pander, 55 off 45. 7 4s and 1 6 to Pander, 2 4s and 1 6 to Khan. And this has been an incredible partnership of 92. They're inching closer to their 100-run partnership here as well. And they'll be mighty pleased with that. Rakesh Negi to continue. This one's short outside the off stump. Driven through the cover region. They're running to run hard. Imran Khan looking to go. No, sent back is Pander. Rightfully so. Just a single there. Good work on the boundary there. Look to see who that may be. But good work on the deep cover boundary. And here comes a switch hit from Imran Khan, and he's done it well, and he's beating the man at short third man. It's going to go all the way. He was down. Short third man was down. But it's 4 runs on the scorecard, and that brings up the 100 for Saskatchewan. 103 for 1 now. And Imran Khan taking a page out of Rohan Kanai's book on his back. 4 runs to him. This again gives himself a little bit of room, walks across the stumps, hits this down to square leg. They're looking for 2. It's not going to be there. Jaspreet Singh doing well on the boundary out there. He's all alone just by the road. Keeping that to a 1 And again, that's the kind of fielding effort that Newfoundland needs. They need to find a way. Need to find a way to break this partnership. Rakesh Nagy has bowled well so far. He's gone for a few, but he's bowled well as this one, and it's beating them all ends up. Pander looking to come down the track, not quite to the pitch. Decides to get back in the crease. And it misses everything. The score now 141 for 1 after 13.4. Pander doing a great job here for his team. Imran Khan giving him great support. Two deliveries to go here in Rakesh Nagy's spell. He's none for 26 and 3.4. And Pander going back in his crease. He's hit this one. There's nobody out there. That's going to go to the boundary. Rain slowing it down a bit, but that's going to be another 4 runs to Pander. Pander motoring along now, 56 off 47. That also brings up the 100-run partnership for these two. 102 runs that they've put together. They lost the wicket of Wajid Khan early, but it hasn't slowed these guys down. And this one short again and beating them once again. Perilously close to that off stump. No harm done, however, after 14 overs, 108 for 1. 10 runs coming off that last Rakesh Nagy over. He's gone for 30 in his 4. He's done. He's had his say with the ball. He may have a say later on with a bat, but for now, it's got to be to the rest of the men. They've got to find a man. Who's going to be the man to take this wicket for Newfoundland? Is it going to be Falky? Good first over. Just going for 5 in that first over. But again, they need a wicket. They need to find a way to get a wicket, get a breakthrough here. So it's going to be Falky to continue. Gurdeep Pander has taken his score to 60 for 49, but he's going to be at the non-strikers end. Imran Khan, 39 off 30. He's to face. This one's short. It's hit straight down the ground. And Falky does well there. Just sticking the right hand out, sticking the right leg out. Kick save and a beauty from Arian Falky. Imran Khan now coming down the track once again. This time it does get past the bowler. And it'll be a single to Imran Khan. So again, we said last over they brought up their 100 partnership, but they're not looking to slow down anytime soon. They're going to take this attack to Newfoundland. It is going to be Pander to continue. He's 60 off 49 as we just mentioned. This time, this one's short. Unable to put it away. That's one he would like to have back. He's disappointed in himself. You can tell that he would like to have that one back. Short ball, not putting it away. Newfoundland, Arian Falk, happy with that one. This time it's full. And coming down the track, it's in the gap. 2 men converging. He's going to get there, and it's just going to be a single. Imran Khan a little bit disappointed. He wanted the second run. Pander said no. And they're looking at Arian here. You can hear the Newfoundland players. They want a wicket. They need a wicket. And it may come right now as Imran Khan looking to sweep that. And no, Nick Baxter has put it down. Imran Khan gets a life as he went for the sweep. Hit high on the bat, went straight up. Nick Baxter going back from short mid-wicket, puts it down. And that's the last thing Newfoundland needed at this stage to give somebody like Imran Khan a chance. He's up to score to 41 off 33 now. But we do have Nelson. What can Nelson provide us today? Not much, as Pander says. I don't worry about that. Just going to hit this one down the ground for a single. Apologies, Nelson nearly did something. Nelson was that. We were on Nelson, the delivery. That Imran Khan popped straight up in the air, but now the score. We're just waiting for the score to update here. But we're at the end of 15 overs. The score 112 for 1 after 15 overs. Imran Khan 41 off 33. Upgradeep Pander 62 off 52. 8 fours and a 6 to his name. Imran Khan 3 fours and a 6. Ryan Falk has bowled well for his team. 2 overs for 9 runs. And given the circumstances, that's a great effort. The rain once again picking up, and it looks like it's going to be Jaspreet Singh to bowl. He bowled a good spell in the beginning. But he's got a job to do now here in the latter half. Jaspreet Singh has been asked to come back into the attack and get the wicket of one of these two. Break this partnership. Find a way through Upgradeep Pander. As the rain now starting to pick up a little bit here. So again, not going to be easy. $112 for 1 after 15. They've got 5 overs to go. They've got to go at least to 10 runs and over. Get that score to over 160. We know their bowling is their strength in Saskatchewan. They've got their captain, Sarman Anwar, former first-class cricketer from Pakistan. As we see Jaspreet Singh back into the attack. This one's a full toss, and this one's gone. It's gone all the way. Pander did not need an invitation. It was full. It was in his arc, and he put that over the man at mid-wicket. Not worried about that man, and that's gone all the way over him. He's practicing the straight drive, but he's just launched that one over mid-wicket for 6. And this one, he was practicing that straight drive last delivery. Connects this time. Slip in the outfield. As we said, it is raining, and Imran Khan, alert as ever, coming back for 2. This is good cricket here from Imran Khan and Pander. Good cricket here, getting the boundary, hitting it down the ground, managing to get 2. This is hard work here for Newfoundland, but they need somebody to put their hand up. They need somebody to put their hand up and take a wicket here for the team. Create half a chance. Find a way. As this one, slower delivery from Jaspreet Singh. Good thinking there, but they are going to come through for the single. It is a direct hit. And is it? Oh, it nearly hit the helmet. That would have been... Oh. Well, we all know what that would have meant. That would have meant 5 additional runs to Saskatchewan if that hit the helmet of Akashdeep Singh, the captain. Instead, it is a single to Pander, and he's continuing on his merry way. He's up his score to 70 now. He's going to be looking to go all the way. And a little bit of a discussion in the middle. Not sure what that's all about. Looked like they're just confirming whether it did or did not hit the helmet, and looks like it didn't. Looked like it just barely missed. So no harm done. Umpires in the middle, they've got it sorted, and we're going to continue. Jaspreet Singh to continue. This one outside off, and this one's going to be hit away down to cover. They're running hard between the wickets, and they're going to come back for 2. This is great running from Imran Khan. And again, lots of slips and falls in the field. Imran Khan turning 1s into 2s. And inching closer and closer to his 50. He thoroughly deserves it. He's looked good. He does have 1 life just a few moments ago, but he's carrying on for his squad. Gives himself a little bit more room, but in doing so, unable to connect. And that's a good ball from Jaspreet Singh, the wide Yorker. Could use a couple more of those. Jaspreet Singh, he went for a few in his second over. He went for a few at the start of this over. But he's done well to peg this back. He's got to finish his over off well. 1 ball to go. And this one giving himself some room again, and there it is. Just too wide. That's what happens with a batsman moving around the crease. You're unsure where to bowl that delivery. It looked to be a slower ball. But Imran Khan almost creating opportunities, creating scoring opportunities for him and his team. Moving around the crease, being creative, not getting bogged down. Been barely any dot balls bowled to him. As this one now, and a swing and a miss to him, just as I said it, he's looking to create. He won't see a forward defense, a test match special forward defense from Imran Khan. He's going to give it his all, and he certainly did on that occasion, but missed out. The score now, after 16, 124 for 1, so 4 overs to go. We said they needed to go at least 10 runs and over. They got 12 in that last. Projected score up to 155. Their run rate is at 7.75. Can they get to 160? Can they go 10 runs and over from here? They've got 9 wickets in hand. 9 wickets in hand now, so they should be able to do it comfortably from here. They've got to find a couple boundaries and over, and they're there. It is going to be Aryan Falke to continue. Under on 71 off 55. He's looked good. A chanceless innings from him. 8 fours, 2 sixes for Pander. Aryan Falke to continue. And this one short. Hit straight back to the bowler. Aryan's certainly been the pick of the bowler so far. 2.1 overs, just 9 runs coming off his bowling. Certainly been the pick of the bowling. But the important stat here is he doesn't have a wicket. He needs a wicket. Can he pick up a wicket for his side? This one, Pander coming down the track. This is going to be the wicket that they were looking for, and that's a brilliant catch by Chaudhary on the boundary. We said he needed a wicket, and he takes the important wicket of Upgradeep Pander. But Pander has done his job. He's 71 off 57. He's done his job for the team, and he's now handing it off. So he's done his job for his team. He can walk out with his head held high. Again, we mentioned at the top, not originally in the squad. In the squad due to injury, and has played a marvelous innings for his team. Winning the toss, electing to bat, going for 71 off 57. 8 fours, 2 sixes. And taking his team to 124 for 2. 118-run partnership between Imran Khan and Upgradeep Pander has come to an end. And Aryan Falke, he looked to be the man to do it, and he is the man to do it. Imran Khan not going to slow down, however, comes down the track, meets it on the full toss, hits it out to the deep, and it's just going to be a single as he's joined by Harpertop Sandhu, the vice captain. And Harpertop now has continued the momentum. He's got to get his innings going here quickly. They've got 8 wickets in hand, so plenty of wickets left, plenty of batters left. They've got to continue the momentum here to Saskatchewan. And as we say that one's hit outside off, but straight to the point fielder and not going to find a run. They've got to try and bowl as many deliveries as they can to Harpertop Sandhu, and you can see the noise starting to increase there from Newfoundland. As Sandhu comes down the track, he's going to hit this. It's going to get to the man at long off. Just going to be a single, but that's what he needs to do. He needs to continue the intent here. And Sandhu giving it back to the man in Imran Khan. He's 44 off 37. He's 1 shot away from his half century. Thoroughly deserved half century, that is. And that's 6 runs. Could that be the 6? No, it's going to be 4. So still 2 runs away. Is Imran Khan. Moves on to 48 off 38 deliveries. But that's also the boundary that Saskatchewan wanted off that over. We said they needed to get a boundary and over, and they found it there with Imran Khan meeting that ball in the full and hitting down to mid-wicket for 4. So after the end of 17, they're 130 for 2. Imran Khan, 48 off 38. Harpertop Sandhu, 1 off 2. 10 runs and over, gets him to 130. Sorry, 10 runs and over gets them to 160. That's the score that they'd be looking at. That's what they need. They want to get to 160. As we now see the left arm spin of Chaudhary being brought back into the attack. Ibnul Chaudhary, it's going to be from the north end. It's his last over here. He's bowled 3 overs already, so he's got to do a job here for this team. This one, short outside off. They are going to go for the run. They ran straight to the man. And that Imran Khan, eager to get on strike. And again, brilliant running from him. So there's the single that they wanted to bring Imran Khan back on strike. He's 48. And reverse sweep. There's a lot of peel. Chance for a catch. Everything happening on that delivery. Akashdeep Singh diving away, but unable to corral it in. So no harm done. Dot delivery to Imran Khan. Chaudhary to continue. Giving himself some room. This time hitting over the offside. It's going to be into the gap. And that's 4 runs, and that's 50 for Imran Khan. We said thoroughly deserved. He's batted well in this innings. 4 fours and a 6. Sorry, 5 fours and a 6 in his 52 off 40. And that's exactly what the team needed. He came to bat when his team was in a little bit of trouble at 6 for 1. Wajid Khan, the man out, joined Pander at the crease and has looked very, very set from ball 1, has Imran Khan. But now, his job, get his team over 160, get his team to the line. 135 for 2 now after 17.3. They've got 5 runs off this over so far. Needed another 5. Chaudhary will be looking for a wicket. This time going across his stumps. Slower through the air from Chaudhary. Saw him going. And a little bit of turn there as well. It's good to see Chaudhary watching Imran Khan all the way. He's got to do that. He's been moving around his crease. Coming down the track this time, hit straight over the top of the bowler. There are 2 fielders out there that converge. There's a slip, but only going to be 1. And again, no spikes for a lot of these fielders, and that's causing them some problems. That they're not able to slow down in time, not able to stop themselves. As we see Chaudhary coming in to Harper Top, and that one's inside edge. Nearly onto the stumps, but they're going to come through for a single. Smart running from Imran Khan. And again, we mentioned he wants to take most of these deliveries. Fortunately for him, it's the last ball of the over, so he's going to be on the non-strikers end at the beginning of the next over. The score now, 137 for 2 after 18. It will be Aryan Falke to continue. He's been very economical so far. Has picked up the important wicket of Pander. 1 for 15 off his 3. Going at 5 runs and over. They're going to need a tidy over here as well. Saskatchewan is going to need to get a little bit of a move on here in these last 2 overs. The run rate is slowed down a little bit. They want to get to 160. As we see Harper Top coming down the track. This one's in the air. It's going to fall safe. They're looking for 2. Just going to get the 1 into no man's land. Falls into no man's land, but again, important part for Saskatchewan. They get that run. Harper Top Sandhu. He's got to get a move on here. Imran Khan. Harper Top Sandhu trying to get a move on here, I should say. Sorry. Just hitting it high in the air, but luckily for him into no man's land. And that is going to be a wide. That's not something Newfoundland can afford at this stage. And with that, Aryan Falke changing his line of attack. Coming around the wicket to Imran Khan. And that's on the full, and he's caught it. It's into the gap. Is he going to go all the way? No. Brilliant stop there on the boundary, but they do come back for 2. So a great stop on the boundary there by Mohamed Chaudhry as he saves 2 runs for his team, and that's the effort that Newfoundland is looking for. They've done well after that wicket of Pander to peg this back. 141 for 2 now. They need to finish well. And this one hit in the air. It's not going to get to the man. Not going to get to the man at long on. Just going to be a single. And so again, Imran Khan has been out there since the third over. Still trying to hit those boundaries for his team. Not connecting so far in this over, but now back to Harpertop Sandhu. What can he do against Aryan Falke? And he's coming down the track again, and he's hitting this one long, but just through the hands of the long off fielder, and it's gone all the way for 6. Again, through the hands of Ranveer Rana. Not what you would want at this situation. That was a catch. It was there to be taken. Instead, it's 6 runs to Harpertop Sandhu. This again short on the offside. They're going to run. All the men with just 7 deliveries to go. All the men on the ring in the circle. They're all in the ring. So they're giving up that single, even if it's hit straight to them. Aryan Falk has gone for 12 runs in this over. He's got to find a way. Can he get a wicket here? Can he get the wicket of Imran Khan? 1 delivery to go in his spell. He's bowled well so far. Coming down the track, this one time it's hit over the offside. It's into a gap. They're going to come back for 2. And they're going to come back for 2 easily. So again, 14 runs coming off that over. Expensive last over for Aryan Falke. He was 15 off his 3. He's 29 off his 4. He does have that important wicket, however. So a good spell. Definitely the pick of the bowlers for Newfoundland. And with that brings up the 150 for Saskatchewan. They're now 151 for 2. 14 runs coming off that last over. And that's what they would have been looking for. They need a couple big overs. They want a big last over as well. As refreshments run out onto the field for Harpertop Sandhu and Imran Khan. Last over. .151 for 2 here. Nick Baxter to come in to bowl the final over of the innings. His last over of the spell. And this one, not the start that Baxter was looking for, as that one's a wide. Again, Nick Baxter's 1 for 27 in his 3. Started off well, but then Pander took a liking to him, taking him for 4 boundaries and an over. But now he's got a job to do. He's got to put that behind him. And this one, Harpertop Sandhu getting creative here. Hits that down. There is a man out there. There's a misfield as well, and that allows them to come back for 2. An easy 2 to Harpertop Sandhu. So 3 runs coming off just 1 delivery in this final over. 154 for 2. They should get to that 160 fairly easily. Can they get to 165? Can they find a way to get to 170? Put as many runs on the board. Nick Baxter, not if he has it his way. This one giving himself some room, and this one's cut away, and it's going to beat the man. It's going to come to us. That's 4 runs for Harpertop Sandhu. And that's exactly what they were looking for. Looking to guide that. Just had to get a little bit of bat on it. Beats the man at short third man, and it's another 4 runs to Harpertop Sandhu. Four deliveries to go. First 2 have gone for 7, and this time inside edge. Is it going to get past the man? It is going to get past the man at short fine leg. So another 2 runs to Harpertop Sandhu. He's giving it his all here for his team. He's 19 off 10 now, and this is This is what they needed. They needed a new man in, and he's done the job. He's done the job so far. 19 off 10 for him. They get to that 160 mark that we were talking about. How many more can they get? 3 deliveries to go. Slower delivery for Baxter. Hit high in the air. It is going to get by the man. Is it? No. Straight just through his hands. Charlie running back through his hands. And another 2 to Harpertop Sandu. Throwing caution to the wind now is Sandu. As he should. He's only got 2 deliveries left. The score now 162 for 2. Oh, and will you look at that? It's a no ball. No ball. Not a no ball. Sorry. Apologies for that. Baxter again, this time getting it past the man and fine leg. There isn't cover out there. It's going to run away. Justpreet Singh and chase. Does chase it down. So again, another 2 runs to Harpertop Sandu. The one boundary in the over. Every other ball has gone for 2. This is exactly what they need. 23 off 12 for Harpertop Sandu. He's done a job for his team coming in. Last delivery now for Baxter. And this time misses everything, but they're going to run through to the keeper. And they're going to steal a run. And there's a throw from the wicketkeeper, and they're going to get 2. That's 2 buys. And Imran Khan has decided he didn't want the not out next to his name. He'd rather be out and work on his average. He's going to be run out for 58 off 45, but Harpertop Sandu, 23 off 13 deliveries. Saskatchewan end on 166 for 3 off their allotted 20 overs, and this is a score that they would have been hoping for, winning the toss and electing to bat. And Saskatchewan, as we just mentioned, 166 for 3 in their 20 overs. Wajid Khan went early, just the 4 runs to his name. But then Imran Khan joined Upgradee Pander, and they put on a 100-plus run partnership, 71 off 57 to Pander, 8 4s, 2 6s. Imran Khan just ran out off that last delivery, 58 off 45 for him, 5 4s and a 6. And at the end of Pander's innings, Harpertop Sandu, the vice captain, came in 23 off 13 to his name with a 4 and a 6. And Saskatchewan, winning the toss, batting, will be mighty happy with that effort. Not much to speak of for the Newfoundland bowlers. Ariane Falk, and Nick Baxter, the only wicket takers. Nick Baxter 1 for 42, and Ariane Falk 1 for 29 off his 4. His last over going for 14. So he'd be a little bit disappointed with that. But at the end, 166 for 3. We're going to take a short break here. My name's Arslan Kadir. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in just under 10 minutes for the run chase. Stay tuned, and thank you once again for joining us here live from King City. And we're back live, ladies and gentlemen, for the second innings of Newfoundland versus Saskatchewan. If you're just joining us, Saskatchewan winning the toss, electing to bat. They lost one of their openers, Wajid Khan, early, but Imran Khan joined Upgrade Deep Pander, and they put on a 100-plus run partnership. 70-odd for Pander, 58 for Imran Khan. But now that's all done. 166 they managed in their 20. 166 for 3. Newfoundland has a tall task to do with a bat. They've got to chase these runs down. We talked to Saskatchewan on day one, and they said their strength was their bowling. They showed it on day one. But now they've got runs to play with. They've got 166 runs to play with, and it is going to be Sarmad Anwar, former first-class cricketer from Pakistan, now residing in Saskatchewan. And he's got a job to do here for his team. He's got to get his team off to a good start. One slip in place, third man, fine leg, ring on the offside. Sarmad Anwar to Ranveer Rana. Good pace from Sarmad Anwar, but not the right radar. Wide outside off stump, short and wide, and that's going to kick off Newfoundland's innings with a wide. The openers for Newfoundland, Ranveer Rana, the vice captain, on strike. Manik Arora, left-hand bat, non-striker. Ranveer Rana to face Sarmad Anwar. And that's a better delivery. Rana going hard at that and well fielded. That's Harpratap Sandhu, the vice captain for Saskatchewan, showing his prowess in the field, moving swiftly across, one-handed diving stop and a throw. And that's exactly what Saskatchewan need. They're showing fight here. They've got runs on the board, but they're still eager in the field. They want to take these wickets, and they want to take them quick. Short ball from Anwar. It's going to be a wide. He's got a smile on his face. He tried it. Unfortunately for him, tennis ball bounced there as well. So again, it's a slow wicket. It's been used 3 days in a row, and he gets a warning for the first one as well. So first warning for him, first ball over the shoulder. So he's got to find his radar here quickly, Sarmad Anwar. He's bowled well so far in this tournament, but trying to find his radar here today. This one, a much better line in length, and Ranveer Rana just threw everything at that one. Kitchen sink, dishwasher, fridge, everything going forward at that one. Not connecting. And Sarmad Anwar beats the bat here once again. That's a better line in length for Anwar. Better line in length from Anwar, and that's exactly where he wants to be. He wants to find that outside edge. As we mentioned, he's bowled well so far in this tournament. 2 wides, however, in this over so far. He's got to get it right. There it is again, and this one's hit high in the air. This should be a simple take, and it is. And there's the first wicket down for Newfoundland. Ranveer Rana trying to get his team off to a quick start, failing to do so. As the catch is taken by, we're trying to figure out who the catch was taken, but a simple take nonetheless. Ranveer Rana has to go. And Amandeep Manjra now joins Manik Arora. So 2 men who have yet to face a delivery together now. And Newfoundland have to find a way. And again, the first wicket down here for Newfoundland. That's not the start that they wanted. 2 wides in the over. 2 wides in the over for Sarmad Anwar. Two wides in the over for Sarmad Anwar, but picks up the important wicket, gets his team off to a start. 1 wicket down now for Newfoundland, and they've got to find a way to put some runs on the board. And fortunately for Runvirana. He wasn't going to trouble the scorers today. Fails to register a run. Going for 0 off the 3 deliveries he's faced. And Sarma Dunwar now to the left-hander, Manik Arora. And this one again, swing and a miss. You may say it was in the slot, but Manik Arora not getting across to that one. Looking to hit that through the offside. Finding air. And Sarma Dunwar, those 2 wides, but he's looked good on the other deliveries. The pace is starting to crank up here for him as well. So 2 for 1 now off 0.4 overs. Sarma Dunwar. Oh! The oohs and ahs come out as that one, the in-swinger from Sarma Dunwar, just going over the stumps. Not carrying the wicketkeeper, so it had enough bounce to get over the stumps, but not enough bounce to carry through to the keeper. So again, the 2 wides, the only runs off this over, Sarma Dunwar. So no runs off the bat so far for Newfoundland. Just the 2 wides. You see Sarma Dunwar come in, and that one's on the hip. Wait and see if the signal from the umpire to see if he got any bat on it, and he says no. So still no runs off the bat for Newfoundland. 3 runs coming off the over, however, to their team total. So 3 for 1 after 1 over. So 3 runs coming off that over, 2 runs off the bowler, none for the batsman. The score now 3 for 1 after 1. We'll wait to see who the new bowler is. Sarma Dunwar with a great first over. Was a little bit wayward to start. It's going to be Shubham Raval. Shubham Raval to open the bowling alongside his captain Sarma Dunwar. And Newfoundland in a little bit of trouble early on in this innings. They've got to find a way to put some runs on the board here in the power play. Shubham Raval coming in from a long run, running in hard, and he's got some pace, but this time it's hit over the top for Manik Arora. It's running away to the boundary, and it's going to slow down. So just the 2 runs. And again, the rain, we've had rain all throughout the first inning, so slowing down the outfield a little bit, and that's slowed down that ball enough for the fielder, Darshil Shah, to track that one down. So 2 runs to the Newfoundland score. Manik Arora opening up his account with a beautiful drive over the top of covers. And this one again, he's got decent bit of pace here. Has Shubham Raval. He's looking good out there, but again, for Newfoundland, they've got to find a way to put bat to ball. They've got to leverage this power play. They've got to find a way. Manik Arora is able. He's shown that with the bat so far in this tournament. He's got the ability. Now he's got to come through for his side. Shubham Raval this time, once again, the ball not getting up. The ball not carrying through, very low to the keeper. So Shubham Raval started off well. 2 runs off the first ball, but 2 dot balls in a row now for him. Very watchful start from Manik Arora as he's 2 off 6 deliveries. As we see Shubham Raval bowling to Manik Arora. And this one is pitched up. It was in the slot, but Manik Arora gets air. You see that puff of dust flying off from the wicket. Swung hard, but not able to connect with the delivery. Not connecting with the delivery, and again, another dot ball. And this is a decent total from Saskatchewan. 166. Newfoundland 5 for 1 and 1.4. Monica Aurora going hard early, as he should. He needs to find the boundary here in the power play. This one's short, and that's going to be another wide. So, 3 runs for Newfoundland. First wide for Shubham Raval. He's running hard. He's running in hard. He's giving it his all, but just losing the radar there on that one. Three runs off the over so far. 2 off the first delivery, and then the wide. Monica Aurora, 2 off 7. What can he do here? This one pitched up. He'll go looking to go straight, and this time it's going to go all the way as Monica Aurora hits that where it came from. Straight rack over the bowler's head for 4 runs. Brings up the first boundary of the Newfoundland innings in style. Newfoundland 10 for 1 now after 1.5. 1 delivery to go in Shubham's over. He's gone for 7 so far. He's going to be looking to end this over off well, and Monica Aurora might be looking for a second boundary here. This one, again, another wide, so we'll have a do-over as Shubham Raval bowled it on the stumps and got put away. Decided to stay away from the bat just too far this time. He's got an experienced head in Sarmad Anwar talking to him at mid-on. The captain standing right next to his young fast bowler. Good for them. Good from Saskatchewan. Shubham Raval looks like an interesting prospect, an exciting prospect, I should say. He's running in hard. Here now it's a Monica Aurora. This time on the legs again. Monica Aurora, it was there. It was there to be put away. Just wanted to get a little bit of bat on it. Unfortunate not to do so for him. And after 2 overs, the score is 10 for 1. Monica Aurora, 6 off 8. That one boundary. Amandeep Singh Manjra yet to face a delivery. And he's going to get his chance now as Sarmad Anwar just bowling that one over for 2 runs, taking the wicket and said, that's enough for me for now. Imran Khan, you did a job with the bat. It's time for you to do a job with the ball. And Imran Khan is going to be bowling to Amandeep Singh Manjra, who's yet to face a delivery. 11 for 1 after 2. Correction, 11 for 1 after 2. Current run rate 5.5. Saskatchewan got 55 out of their power play. Newfoundland, they're going to have to find a way to match that, or at least get close. Get close to that 50 mark. Set yourself up for success later on down the innings. Calling along right now, 11 for 1, just going at 5.5 runs and over. And we'll see off spin from Imran Khan coming into the attack. Manjra to face. So slow start, hands on heads for Imran Khan as that one was zeroing in on the stumps. But Manjra able to just get bat on it and put it down into the leg side. This one, Manjra playing away into the leg side, finds the fielder. So no run, gets by the keeper, but good backing up from Saskatchewan. So again, Manjra needs to do the job that his opposition Imran Khan had to did for Saskatchewan. Show intent early and get off strike. Monica Aurora looking good so far. Yes, he's 6 off 9, but he has the only boundary for Newfoundland. Get him on strike. Can't eat up too many deliveries here in the power play. It's 3 dot balls in the over so far. And make that 4. So again, this is not what Newfoundland need. They need somebody to get off strike. Find a way to get off strike. Find a way to make some runs. Find the boundary in this over. And as we say that, Manjra hits it down the ground. So a single off the second last delivery. One delivery left. 12 for 1 now off 2.5. Monica Arora 6 off 9. Amandeep Singh Mundra just getting off the mark there. 1 run off the 5 balls he's faced. This has been a good over from Imran Khan. He batted well with a bat. It's funny how that can bring confidence into your bowling, and he's certainly bowling very confidently here now as he now comes around the wicket. Asking long off to come a little bit straighter. And Imran Khan and Monica Arora to face his first delivery from Imran Khan. This time, short outside the off stump. Is it going to get through? No, it's not. So they are going to be able to get through a single, but point fielder has done well there. A diving stop from him. So just 2 runs off the last 2 balls. 13 for 1 now after 3 overs is Newfoundland. And this isn't the start that they would have been hoping for on this chase. They've got to find a way to find a couple of big overs here in this power play. Mundra 1 off 5. He's only going to be on the non-strikers end. Monica Arora 7 off 10. He was able to find a boundary last over. Can he find a couple more in this over? Shubham Raval to continue. Pulled a couple of wides in that first over. Did go for 4 over top. Straight over top his head. But he did look good. Again, an exciting prospect here. We'll see what he can do as a follow-up. This time short outside the off stump. And perilously close to that man. But they do have a man out there. He slipped. So that's going to allow them to come back for 2. Waiting for the call from the umpires, close to that boundary, but again, we see more fielders slipping in the outfield. Not wearing spikes. And that comes with not playing many games on turf. Not having the need for spikes on your shoes. But when it rains, the grass is slippery. It's rained a little bit here today in this game as we see Shubham Raval coming to bowl to Monica Arora. This time it's full, it's an edge, and Wajid Khan graciously takes that catch at first slip, and Shubham Raval picks up his first wicket. Newfoundland now dig themselves a deeper hole as Monica Arora has to go. He's the one that's looked good so far early on in this innings. He has to go for 9. Newfoundland now 15 for 2 in 3.2. The captain, Akashdeep Singh, into bat now. Akashdeep Singh, he's got to play a captain's innings here for his team. He joins Amandeep Singh Mundra, who's just 1 off 5. So again, two fairly new men in the crease. They need a partnership similar to that of Pander and Khan for Saskatchewan. Who are going to be the 2 men to put their hands up? The captain could be the man himself, batting at the all-important position of number 4. He's got to find a way to get some boundaries here early. He's got to get going quickly here. The required rate already over 9. They need a couple of big overs to bring that down, and in the power play, that's where you're going to get your chances. Raval to him. This one is edged, and that's caught again. He's gone first ball. There was a gully in place, and that's edged straight to gully. Shubham Raval has taken 2 and 2. He's going to be on a hat trick. Akashdeep Singh, the captain, has to go. And Newfoundland now in a deeper hole, 15 for 3 off 3.3. We said Akashdeep Singh could be the man. He's not going to be the man today, as in walks Aryan Falke at number 5. He's going to be facing a hat-trick delivery from Shubham Gurjar. And as we see, the field starting to come in. Hat-trick delivery. Ariane Falke to face. He's found the edge on 2 occasions here as Shubham Raval in this over. As we now see a second slip coming into play. The man from square leg coming across as well. An aggressive field as it should be for the hat-trick delivery. As we see Shubham Raval running in. This one finds the edge, but along the ground this time. Down to third man for a single. And Ariane Falke gets off the mark off the hat-trick ball. But again, finding the edge. Three in a row. It looked a little bit... It was a confident start from Ariane Falke. He did guide it, coming off a thickish outside edge, but meant to play it in that region. Finds the gap between 2 slips and a gully to go down to third man for a single. And again, back to more of a regulation field. There is a deep gully. There is a slip in place. Square leg has gone back across. The 2 men out at third man and fine leg. As this one now, Shubham Raval going for that magic delivery. Just trying a little bit too hard there. Doesn't have to change anything. It's going to be a wide. So again, Shubham Raval giving it all for his team here. He's looked good so far. He's been mighty impressive. He's taken 2 wickets. He's running hard. He's found the edge on multiple occasions. He's going to be looking again as Mandra to face. This one, the time it's short. It does find the edge, but it's going to fall short of Imran Khan at the third man boundary. So again, Shubham Raval finding the edge short this time, but not quite getting to the third man fielder, luckily for Newfoundland and Amandeep Mandra. Ariane Falke to face the second delivery. He got off the mark on the hat-trick ball. But Shubham Raval to face his last delivery of his third over. On a play to miss. All's happening out there from Shubham Raval. He's making that ball talk. And he's found the edge on multiple occasions. And that time, not able to do so. So Ariane Falke survives. He's 1 off 2. 2 off 6 for Amandeep Singh Mandra. The score after 4 overs, 18 for 3. And Sarmad Anwar sensing the opportunity. Imran Khan just getting that one over. And it's going to be Sarmad Anwar, the captain, bringing himself back. Feeling he senses the opportunity here to get a few out shortly, put them in real trouble. And this one pitched up, well played by Mandra, just straight down the ground. So the runs have slowed down. Required rate just creeping up, over 9.3 now. So with every delivery, the job getting tougher and tougher. Job getting tougher and tougher with every delivery. So there is a slip in place as we see the umpires getting together. We don't know what this conversation could be about. We'll get some insight, and it looks like, again, post-COVID, the rules, no saliva allowed on the ball. Sarmad Anwar likes to lick his fingers before he puts his fingers on the ball. Can't do it. Unsanitary for 1, illegal for 2. And Sarmad Anwar, again, he's been very impressive in this tournament so far. And Mandra needs to find a way to get him away. Again, they can't let this innings just meander along. They've got to find a way to get some runs, especially in this power play. They're 18 for 3 after 4. They're only going to have 4 runs and over. Required rate now over 9.5. And the reason I keep bringing it up is because it's inching every delivery. And it's going to get tougher and tougher. As that one is popped straight up, short ball from Anwar. He's calling his own name, his own number, and there's number 4. Sarmal Anwar sensing there an opportunity for more wickets, and Amandeep Singh Mundra has to go. The score now 18 for 4. And Amandeep Singh Mundra only managing 2 off the 9 deliveries he's faced. He's got to walk out now. The pace of Sarmal Anwar just too good there, too quick there for Amandeep Mundra. That ball getting big on him, and all he can manage to do is pop that straight up in the air to the bowler himself. And Newfoundland now in a heap of trouble. 18 for 4 off 4.3, I should say. Required rate off 9.6. Nick Baxter was expensive earlier today. Went for 42 off his 4 overs. But now he's got a job to do with the bat. Striding in at number 6 a lot earlier than he thought he would. He's still in the power play. And between the two of them, Marion Falk and Nick Baxter, the only 2 wicket takers for Newfoundland, they now have to find a way to build a partnership. It's not going to be easy against the likes of Sarmal Anwar and Shubham Raval, who are bowling very well here in the power play and have set their team up for success with Newfoundland 18 for 4. And this one, going for that Yorker, is Sarmal Anwar. Well played from Marion Falk. Well played in the sense that he was able to manage to keep it out, but no runs. And that's the challenge here now for Newfoundland. It's not about keeping your wickets in hand. Yes, that's important, but you also got to chase down that total of 166. They let Saskatchewan get away from them in the bowling innings. They've got to find a way to keep themselves in this game with their batting. Anwar, another short ball, but it is going to be a no ball, and here presents the opportunity for Falke to put one away. Sarmal Anwar going for that delivery again, trying to get the 5th wicket for his squad, but just overstepping on that occasion. And again, this is going to be the opportunity. Here presents an opportunity for Aryan to put this one away. They need a boundary. He's got to put this one away. He's got to find a way here to put this ball either over the boundary or at the very least to the boundary. It is going to be a leg cutter, but this is going to be put away. So a slower bouncer from Sarmal Anwar, and Aryan Falk does find the boundary. That's what they were looking for. Brings up the 2nd boundary of the innings for Newfoundland. And the score now 22 for 4 off 4.5. Sarmal Anwar, he's bowled well so far. 2 for 2. But after that boundary now, 2 for 6. So he's got 1 delivery to go in this over. 2 for 7, apologies. One ball to go. 23 for 4 is the score. 1 ball to go in the Sarmal Anwar over. He's going to be looking to take another. This one outside the off stump, and close. He is getting some movement out there. He's getting some lift. We haven't really seen much of that from some of the other bowlers, but he's a tall man and he's getting some lift off that wicket. Good carry through to the keeper. So score now after 5 overs, 23 for 4. Aryan Falke, 5 off 6 with that boundary in the last over. Nick Baxter yet to face. Shubham Raval, 2 for 13 in his 2. Sarmal Anwar, 2 for 7 off his 2. The 2 men doing the damage here for Saskatchewan. So Nick Baxter here to face his first delivery. Shubham Raval running in hard, this time down the leg side. Baxter able to get some bat on it and get through for a single. And we said with every delivery, that required run rate creeping up well 9.64 now. 24 in the power play is just simply not good enough at this level. They've got to find a way to make this a big over. Aryan Falke putting the last one away. putting the ball away in the last over, finding the boundary. He's got to find a way to get 2, maybe even 3 boundaries in this over. And he goes for it. He was looking for it. There's no fielder out on the boundary over that offside. He saw the width. His eyes lit up, but unable to make contact. And Shubham Raval continuing to run in hard here. There's still some movement out there for him. As Sarmad Anwar with that ball, making the changes, asking Gully to come to point, moving point to cover, and that extra cover and a mid-on in place. The 2 men out, still at fine leg and third man, and there's still a slip in place as well, as we see Shubham Raval run in. This one pitched up again, and again Aryan Falk, almost a replay from the last delivery, looking to hit this one through the offside, unable to make contact. And Shubham Raval, the young man, has looked mighty impressive here so far. Sarmad Anwar now the captain, asking fine leg to come into the ring, and they're sending the man out at cover, protecting that boundary. Aryan Falk, he looks like he wants to go. That's the boundary that he's trying to attack. He's got 3 deliveries left in this over to try and do it. This one pitched outside the off, does find the edge. Wide of slip, but there is a man at third man. And just going to be the single. So 2 runs coming off this over so far. 25 for 4 after 5.4. They've got 2 balls to go. Nick Baxter, you've got 2 balls to go in this power play. You've got to find a boundary in at least one of these 2. 25 for 4, well below par in the power play. This time it's short. Oh, Nick Baxter just fending this off. Beating for pace there was Nick Baxter, just fending this off to the offside. The ball not quite getting up as high as he would have hoped for. But luckily for him, his bat was in the way, just fending that off into the offside. No harm done. So 1 ball to go in the power play. Newfoundland 25 for 4. Nick Baxter 1 off 2. Aryan Falk, 6 off 9. Shubham Raval 2 for 15 is 2.5. He's bowled well here for Saskatchewan. This time on the stumps. Inside edge for Nick Baxter. We said he had to put one of those 2 away. It doesn't matter how they come. They find the boundary that they were looking for. And will that kickstart the innings for Newfoundland? 29 for 4 in the 6 overs. That brings the end of the power play. Nick Baxter finding the boundary off that inside edge. 5 off 3 for him. Aryan Falk is 6 off 9 with a boundary for him as well. And Shubham Gurjar Raval, 2 for 19 in the power play. Those are good figures. That's and he'll be mighty pleased with that spell. He won't be pleased with that inside edge going for 4, but he'll be pleased with the effort that he's put in here this afternoon for his team. And we're going to get a bowling change. Sarmad Anwar just bowling in 1 over spells, it seems. It's going to be Rehan Ayub to bowl his leg spin here for Saskatchewan. Sarmad Anwar bowling well for his team, but just giving himself 1 over spells. And now it's down to leg spin. Rehan Ayub, Aryan Falk to oh! And apologies as I was just taking a sip of water and everything is happening. Rehan Ayub short. Aryan Falk pulling that to deep backward square leg. The man was there, however, just missing the outstretched hand. It looks like Shubham Raval on the boundary. Just missing the outstretched hand. Good effort for the man, but it is going to be another boundary to Aryan Falk. And again, that's what they need here. 2 boundaries off the last 2 deliveries here for Newfoundland. They're going to need a few more. This time, watchful from Aryan Falk. That's what you want. You want a boundary early in the over. But for Newfoundland now, they're going to need a few more. Can they make this a big over? This time short again, pulled away. There is a man out there, and over his outstretched hands. That's gone all the way for 6. You can hear the Newfoundland bench going crazy. That's what they want to see from Ariane Falk, as he's deposited that over mid-wicket for 6. First 6 of the innings for Newfoundland, and this is more like it. Maybe they were just waiting for the power play to end. 10 runs off 3 deliveries for Rehan Ayub. He's got to find his length here. He's pulled 2 short, and both of those deliveries have been put away for boundaries. There it is, quicker this time. Into the gap on legs, and this is good cricket from Ariane Falk. Getting off strike, in the 2, getting 2 away to the boundary, and then getting off strike. 40 for 4 now off 6.4. Nick Baxter, over to you, my friend. 11 runs off the over so far. Not the start that Rehan Ayub would have hoped for. But he's got to find a way to peg this over back. Just go for another 1 or 2 in this over and you're okay. Required run rate still at 9.5. But this is the over they were waiting for. They need to make it big. Can they get it to 15 or 16 off this over? Nick Baxter, short outside the off stump, but this is going to be a wide. That helps Newfoundland's cause. 12 off the over now. And again, this is not what Sarmador was hoping for when he handed the ball to Rehan Ayub. This time outside the off stump, full outside the off stump. Nick Baxter connecting well, but finding the one man. He only had one man to beat, unfortunately not able to do it, as that's hit straight to Sarmador at cover. Short outside the off stump, and we said he only needed to go for 1 or 2. He decides to just bowl a wide and then bowl 2 dot balls. So the score after 7 overs, 41 for 4 Newfoundland. Nick Baxter 5 off 5. Ariane Falk 17 off 13. And this is a tough task here for Newfoundland, but they've got to find a way. Find a way to get a couple of big overs, and you never know what can happen. As Manjeet Sidhu now comes into bowl for Saskatchewan, and he's got to follow up the good work from Shubham Raval. Bowled well his 3 overs, 2 for 19 off his 3. And Manjeet Sidhu now has to continue that good work. Apologies, Manjeet Sidhu. So for the first time today, we're going to see spin from both ends. Manjeet Sidhu with his left arm spin, bowling to Ariane Falk. And this time just starting a little bit short. Ariane Falk on the back foot, unable to pierce the gap, however. Lots of support from the Newfoundland bench. This time short again. It's pulled, but pulled straight in the air, and this is going to be a soft dismissal. Ariane Falk showing a lot of promise in this innings, but falls cheaply to Manjeet Sidhu. And Harpratap Sidhu with the catch. Harpratap Sandhu, sorry. Manjeet Sidhu, the bowler. Harpratap Sandhu with the catch. And again, a disappointing end to Ariane Falk's innings. He looked good while he was out there. Played and missed a few, but I was able to get a few to the boundary off that last over. He's disappointed with himself, but he had to go for it. The run rate, the required run rate, over 9, almost 10 runs and over. They need boundaries. They need at least one boundary and over. Unable to find it on that occasion, as that one was popped straight up. Rakesh Negi, the new man in. He's gonna have to start from the non-strikers end, however, as the batsman did cross. Nick Baxter, 5 off 5. Will it all fall on his shoulders? They've got to keep going for this here. They can't slow down. They got to continue the required rate, continuing to rise. 9.95 now. They've got to find a way to get some boundaries and over. This time, short outside the off stump, cuts it away, but unable to pierce that gap at point. There are two men behind square on the offside for that shot. But unable to pierce the gap is Nick Baxter. Slower this time from Sidhu. Slow outside the off stump. Nick Baxter failing to make contact. And the dot balls now starting to rack up in this over. He's bowled 4 dot balls in this over, including the wicket of Aryan Falk. This time again, short outside the off stump. This time he finds the gap. It is in the gap. Wajid Khan running across. He's going to get there, but not able to stop the two. And Nick Baxter looks to be struggling a little bit in his running, but coming back for 2 in the innings break. He was complaining of a little bit of a hamstring niggle, so we'll see if that affects him at all during this innings. We saw him limping a little bit in the end, coming back from that run. And Manjit Sidhu, 4 defense from Nick Baxter, and that brings the end. Just 2 runs off the over, but the important wicket of Aryan Falk for Manjit Singh Sidhu doing his job, and the score now 43 for 5 after 8. And we're going to see another bowling change now for Saskatchewan. Zoib Khan is going to be the man called upon. And it looks to be left arm spin from both ends now. Sarmad Anwar ringing in the changes. No bowler has gotten more than an over from this end. And it's going to be Zoib Khan. And he's going to be bowling Rakesh Negi, and he finds the edge right away as a big puff of dust comes off the wicket. And this is going to run away to the boundary. No, it's not. Looks to be Shubham Raval running down there, the young man. He seems to be everywhere in this innings. And 2 runs to Rakesh Negi. Pitched up again this time. And we're seeing a puff of dust with almost every delivery. We said this is the 3rd straight day in a row that this wicket is being used. 7 games. This is the 8th game on this wicket. There was also a game played between Canada and Nepal here last week on this wicket. And this time, Rakesh Negi gets a little bit of room, allows him to free up his arms. The man is there at long off, so just going to be a single. But good intent shown there by Rakesh Negi. Nick Baxter just making sure there's 11 fielders on the field. Thought that might be the umpire's job as he faces Zoib Khan. And this one hit high in the air. It's coming towards us, and this is going to go all the way. That's what they need. Nick Baxter opening up his account with a 6. Opening up his 6 account, that is, and that's a big hit from the man himself. We said he has a little bit of a hamstring niggle. He might just want to stand and deliver from here on forth. He got the width in the room to do it and launch this over our tent here for 6. That also brings up the 50 up for Newfoundland. Nick Baxter looking to drive this one down the ground, unable to do so. So again, the 2 spinners from this end being expensive for Sarmad Anwar. And Zoib Khan comes back well after that 6. 2 dot balls in that over. 2 dot balls to end that over, and the score after 9, 52 for 5. They're going to continue to go after this, it seems. Nick Baxter Is he going to stick around? Rakesh Negi has joined him. He's not going to stick around either. He's shown the intent so far early. Manjeet Singh Sidhu to continue. This time pitched. And again, you can just see that puff of dust coming up from that wicket. A lot of dust coming off that wicket. And again, the spinners are going to come into play here. Sidhu, slower this time. Driven well through the covers. They should come back for 2. But Shubham Raval, quick to that one, saves it to 1, and Nick Baxter gets a little pat on the backside from the ball. And good effort there from the young man at long on. So again, Baxter has looked the man. He's got 2 boundaries in his 13, a 6 and a 4, 13 off 12. He's got to keep going for his side. The required run rate inching closer to 11 runs and over. As this one, he looks to sweep, he looks to paddle it down, he does so successfully. There's going to be a chase. Is he going to get there? He is. Imran Khan bringing his boot into play, but Nick Baxter able to come back for 2. Good effort here from Nick Baxter. He's showing a little bit of ability with the ball. We said he went for a few. He's got to make those runs up here with the bat. It's Manjeet Singh Sidhu, and this time going over the top once again. This is going to find the gap. It's going to fall shortly. Not enough to go to the boundary, but just 1 run added to Newfoundland's score and 1 run added to Nick Baxter's score. This is again another good over from Manjeet Singh Sidhu. 4 runs coming off it so far. He's 1 for 6 and 1.4. He's going to bowl to Rakesh Negi. This time, Negi driving down the ground. And Zoib Khan coming across well, cutting off that single. So again, a tidy over from Singh Sidhu. He's got to finish off well here for his team. 1 ball to go. And he does. Another dot ball to end the over. So with that, we come to the halfway mark of this innings. The score for Newfoundland chasing 167 to win. 56 for 5. Required rate 11.1 runs per over. They need 111 runs in 60 balls. Nick Baxter taking Zoib Khan deep in that last over. He's going to look to repeat that. He's going to get an opportunity as Zoib Khan is going to come in for his second over. Going for 9 off his first. This time pitched full. Nick Baxter driving this one down the ground. So a single to Baxter gets Rakesh Negi back on strike. Nick Baxter 17 off 15 for him. 4 off 7 for Rakesh Negi. They need somebody who's going to play the innings, who's going to put their hand up for Newfoundland to play an innings. They need somebody to come in, score a quick fire 50 off not many. And Rakesh Negi going for this one. This one hit down to long off, but the fielder is there, so just going to be another single. And as we see that, the rain is coming back, starting to pick up here a little bit. You may be able to hear it through the microphone as it's hitting our tent. Nick Baxter getting some air, meeting it on the full toss. Zoib Khan, giving it some air. Nick Baxter meeting the full toss, but unable to put it away. Just a single to him. And so again, the 3 singles in the over so far. Can they find a boundary? And he's going for it. Oh! Zoib Khan getting a hand on it. Might have saved 4. Sorry, might have saved 3 there with his hand. Again, 4 singles in this over so far, but singles aren't going to cut it for Newfoundland. They got to find a way to get a boundary and over. Short outside the off stump. Nick Baxter cutting that away, but once again, straight to the man. So just another single. 5 singles in this over so far. Zoib Khan, this is a good comeback over from him. Went for 9 in his first. Went for 6, just 5 runs off this over so far. 5 singles. Going for it this time, straight to the man at point. So another brilliant over for Saskatchewan. Can't say the same for Newfoundland, as they're now 61 for 5 after 11. It is going to be Manjeet Sidhu to continue. He's bowled well so far in his spell. Nick Baxter to face. Nick looking to go over the top. He hasn't gotten all of this one, as this is going to find Shubham Raval on the long on boundary, and Nick Baxter has to go. He was giving it his all for his team, but he has to go now. 19 off 18, 1-4, 1-6 for him. And Newfoundland now all but done. 61 for 6 off 11.1. This is a steep hill to climb. I've seen a lot of cricket in my days, so we know funnier things have happened, but this is going to take a mammoth effort from Newfoundland to get over the line. Saskatchewan almost home. They just need 4 more wickets. Pradeep Dillon, the new man in to join Rakesh Negi. And these two have got to find a way. What can they do here? They got to keep going for it. They have no choice. Required run rate now, 12 runs per over. 106 required. As that's defended by Pradeep Dillon. You can be watchful for maybe 1 or 2 balls, but not many more than that. He's got to find a way to get into his gear early in this innings. And this one's short, hit away. But again, finds the man. It's been the challenge. Aryan Falk, the only man that looked like he was finding the gaps. Baxter showed a little bit of promise, but falling. And now it's down to these two. Rakesh Negi on strike. This one pitched up, giving it a little bit more flight there. Sidhu almost trying to buy a wicket. Rakesh Negi, 6 off 11. That's just not good enough. He's got to find a way to rotate strike and get off and get to the non-striker's end. Get the ball off the square. Hit the men at the deep. If you can't find the boundaries, find a way to find the men in the deep and get off strike. This one coming down the track, and this time he does what I asked. Finds the man at deep cover for a single. And the score now 62 for 6 after 12. As you see refreshments coming on for the batters, the helmet coming off for Rakesh Negi. Will that be a change in fortune for him? He's 7 off 13. Pradeep Dillon just new to the crease, 1 off 2. 63 for 6 off 12. Required rate now 13 runs and over. 104 needed off the last 8 overs. 48 deliveries. It's going to take a big effort here. They need one of these guys to get going. They need a couple big overs, a couple of 20-run overs. That will help the cause. Who's going to be the man as we see a bowling change? Harpratap Sandhu in, and that one is driven out through the covers, and that's going to find the boundary. It's a beautiful shot by Rakesh Negi. We asked if the helmet coming off was going to be a change of fortune, and so far it seems to be that way as he finds his first boundary of his innings. Harpratap Sandhu again, this time going over the leg side. Finds the man this time. So again, boundary early in the over. Rotate the strike, put the bad balls away. That's what they need to do here. And it's going to be Pradeep Dillon now to face Harpratop Sandhu. He's got to keep it tight. The other bowlers have kept it tight. He's got to find a way. This time, lots of air that time, and it's gone in the air, but it's going to fall in no man's land. Raval coming off the boundary to do the job. And just a single there. Tons of air. Lots of air there from Harpratop Sandhu. The vice captain himself trying to buy a wicket. There again, teasing the batsman, teasing Rakesh Negi, asking him to hit him down the ground. There's a good comeback after that 4 from Harpratop Sandhu, just going for 6 runs in the over so far. And this time, Rakesh Negi coming down the track, but just going to find Imran Khan here on the boundary. So another single off the bowling, and it's another single to Rakesh Negi. Pradeep Dillon to face the last delivery. This time, no air whatsoever. And decent over for Harpratop Sandhu. Went for boundary off the first delivery, but just 4 runs off the concurrent 5 deliveries. So the subsequent 5 deliveries. 70 for 6 now after 13. Some confusion there, whether it was a 5-ball over or it was over, and indeed it seems it was an over.
Dot ball? Yeah, so that's over. That's over.
A little bit of confusion. We've got it all cleared up now. And Manjeet Singh Sidhu to continue. It is going to be his 4th over. He's 2 for 8 so far. It's a brilliant spell from him. Newfoundland require 97 runs in 7 overs. They need to go big, and Rakesh Negi coming down the track, just managing to find the man on 1 bounce down at long on, so just going to be a single to him. Then Pradeep Dillon now, he's got to find the boundary. He's got to find a way to get the ball in the air over the boundary or across the square through to the boundary. And this time, and this is in the air, and this is going to be a simple, soft dismissal. Pradeep Dillon has got to go, and Manjeet Singh Sidhu gifted another one as a simple catch to Harpratop Sandhu. And Newfoundland now find themselves at 71 for 7 after 13.2. So it's going to be Alam Chaudhry now in to face Manjeet Singh Sidhu, and he gets off the mark with the first delivery. It's going to be a single out to point. It's now down to 1 man, Rakesh Negi. He's got to be the man to do the job for his team. He's got to do a job for his team now. Find a way. And that one, if off the inside edge, they got to run for 2. There's nobody there. Man coming in from the boundary. Man going back from slip. 2 runs to Rakesh Negi. And again, no boundaries yet, so They got to find a way to get this ball away. I keep saying it. This one's in the air, and this one's hit away. Oh, Wajid Khan not coming off the boundary quick enough. Disappointment on the face of Sidhu. But falling short and just going to be a single. That was the full toss. That's needed to go over the boundary. Unable to do so is Rakesh Negi. One delivery left in Sidhu's spell. He's bowled a great spell so far. This time going for it. And that's in the gap. The two fielders unmoved as that finds the gap on the offside. And Sidhu deserved more in that spell. Deserved a fourth. But he ends at 3 for 14 off his 4. The score now after 14 overs, 76 for 7. Newfoundland requires 91 runs in 36 balls. And Sarmad Anwar, he's bowled 2 one-over spells so far in this game, and he's coming back into the attack. It's what I like to see. Don't let this innings meander along. They don't want to be out there for all 20 overs. They want to take these 3 wickets. And Sarmad Anwar seems to be the man. He's bowled 2 overs, 2 for 7. And that time, Chaudhary able to get bat to ball, hits it straight down the ground. Excitement in the Newfoundland camp, but able to just hit it straight down to the man for a single. So again, 90 runs required now off just 5.5 overs. Sarmad Anwar to continue. He's looked good so far in the 2 overs he bowled. He's got to continue to do a job here for his team. And this one, shorter outside the off stump. Rakesh Negi not able to get bat on it. Still a slip in place. Still looking for wickets is Sarmad Anwar. 3 wickets to go for Newfoundland. 90 runs to go for the win. And so it is going to be Rakesh Negi. 17 off 21. He's been there for a little while now. Just a single boundary to him. But he's got to find a way to do more. And his Sarmad Anwar running in. And this time, another swing and a miss. He's providing the pace. Just got to get a little bit of bat on it. Unable to do so on that occasion is Rakesh Negi. The task getting tougher and tougher by the ball. The required rate now well over 16. They got to get a move on quick. If they don't, this chase is all but over. Saskatchewan looking comfortable at this moment, but they're still going for those 3 wickets. Anwar on the stumps this time, and Rakesh Negi able to get that through to mid-off for a single. The other thing to note here is the field is in. You would think that he'd be bowling the first over of the game, not the 15th over of the game. As he's got a slip. And it looks to be only 2 men out on the boundary. That's at fine leg and third man. As we see Sarmad Anwar running in to Chaudhary. And this time, going for that Yorker once again. Perilously close to a wide. Not called. So again, Sarmad Anwar. Aggressive bowling from him. Aggressive field. Going for his 3rd wicket. He's 2 for 9 off 2.5. He's got 1 delivery left in this 3rd over. He does have another over after this. And he wants to end this off strong for his squad. Yorker once again. Hit back by Chaudhary, but it can only find the hands of Sarmad Anwar. So another great over from the captain. 2 for 9 off his 3. The score now 78 for 7 after 15. It looks to be Harper-Top Sandhu back into the attack. He bowled the one over from the opposing end. Gave it a lot of air. Bowled the one over from the other end. Gave it a lot of air. Teasing the batsman, asking them to come after him. We'll see if he goes more for the same. This one pitched full on the legs, however, and they're running hard. They could come back for two. Deciding against it, and rightfully so, as Wajid Khan running off that boundary, able to keep it a one. So again, the required run rate now over 18 runs and over. This inning's meandering along. Lots of air that time. Slow through the air from Sandhu. And Chaudhary just not good enough to make contact. And again, he's teasing. It's a long boundary on that leg side. And slow once again. This time short and misses it once again. Chaudhary's got to put bat to ball here. Got to find a way. You can't let this innings just meander along. Slow and finds the edge this time. Finds the edge, but Chaudhary will come back for a single. No slip in place. So single to Chaudhary, gets off strike. And Newfoundland now 80 for 7 after 15.4. Rakesh Negi. He's got to go for the boundary here. He's got to go. This slow again. This time big heave. And is he giving him? He has given him. That's found the outside edge, and he's got to go. So Harper-Top Sandhu giving it plenty of air. And almost in slow motion, that catch by the keeper. But Sandhu picks up his first. The score now for Newfoundland, 80 for 8 in 15.5. Rakesh Negi makes his way. A lot of effort in that innings. Potentially not the execution that he was hoping for. 19 runs off his 25 balls faced. One lone boundary in that innings. And now Alam Chaudhary is going to be joined by Ibnul Chaudhary. And just 2 wickets left now for Saskatchewan. Harper-Top Sandhu giving it a lot of air, asking the batsman to play the big shot. Rakesh Negi unable to do so. We'll see if Harper-Top Sandhu continues as he does. And this is slow through the air. Lots of flight. And Chaudhary, Ibnul Chaudhary, not taking the bait on that occasion, is just defending that onto the offside. So score now after 16 overs. 4 overs to go, folks. 80 for 8. Required run rate 21.75. They've been behind it the entire innings. They've been behind the 8 ball from the start. Saskatchewan winning the toss. Saying we'll put the runs on the board. They did a great job with that. And now they're doing a heck of a job with the ball. It is Sarmad Anwar to continue. He's going to bowl his fourth. The captain has done a mighty job with the ball so far. 2 for 9 off his 3 overs. And he's going to want another 2 to end this game. There's that Yorker, and it misses everything. Chaudhary, Alam Chaudhary going for a mighty heave. Not able to do so, but it misses the stumps. Misses everything. Sarmad Anwar, as we said, he's bowled well. He's been one of the highlights of this tournament so far. Lots of experience for Anwar, and he's got to do a job now here again to finish off this innings. Short ball this time, outside the off stump. Another play and a miss. And unfortunately, the Newfoundland batsman, it hasn't been a fair fight against Sarmad Anwar, who, a former first-class cricketer, is using all the tools in his toolkit. Loads of experience, years of experience. But now, he's going to want 2 more. He wants 2 more. He's 2 for 9 off 3.2. He's got 4 deliveries. And that's a Yorker on the stumps this time, but that's when they connect. And Chaudhary able to get off strike. Alam Chaudhary, that is. The single, which now brings in Ibnul Chaudhary, who's just faced the one delivery off Sandhu. Hasn't troubled his scorers yet. And Sarmad Anwar, 2 for 10 off 3.3. He's got 3 deliveries left. Ibnul Chaudhary to face. And that's a Yorker, and that's a loud appeal. And that's hit him in front of the stumps. And he's got to go. And there's the 9th wicket that Saskatchewan were looking for. Newfoundland now. All but done for them as they are on 81 for 9 after 16.4. Sarmad Anwar, 3 for 10 off 3.4. He's got 2 deliveries left. 2 deliveries from him to call it a day for Newfoundland. So we've got one delivery left from Sarmad Anwar. The new man in, the last man in is Jaspreet Singh. He did a job with the ball. And unfortunately, he's in a bit of a pickle here. He's got one delivery from Sarmad Anwar to face, and Sarmad Anwar is bringing all his men in. He wants this to be the last delivery of this match. One slip in place, 3rd man fine leg, the only men out on the ring, and the other men are all hunting. They're all pouncing. They're all circling. Sarmad Anwar to Jaspreet Singh. And that's a Yorker, and he's bowled him, and that is the end of the innings. Jaspreet Singh giving himself a little bit of room, but unmatched. Yes, Sarmad Anwar just too good on that occasion. Saskatchewan too good on this day as they've beaten Newfoundland by 85 runs. Saskatchewan won the toss, elected to bat, put up 166 on the board thanks to a partnership from Upkardeep Pandher and Imran Khan. 100-plus run partnership to them. Harpratap Sandhu ended the innings off well, 25 to him. But then Newfoundland came out to bat, and they were simply under the gun from ball 1. Ranveer Singh Rana had to go early, and the innings from there just meandered along, wickets falling at regular intervals. Sarmad Anwar finishing 4 for 10 off 3.5 overs. 2 for 19 for Shubham Gurjar Raval. 3 for 14 for Manjeet Singh Sandhu, and a comfortable win for Saskatchewan. They've looked impressive so far in this tournament. 85-run win to them, and with that, I'm Arsalan Kadir. We're going to sign off from here. Please join us shortly, just in about an hour's time, as we bring you British Columbia versus Quebec. That should be a heavyweight battle. Once again, signing off from King City, Ontario for Game 2 here in Group B. Please join us in an hour for Game 3 here on Day 3 for British Columbia versus Quebec.